Picture this. You're going about your day when suddenly you catch a glimpse of the clock reading 11:11. Your heart skips a beat as you recall the countless articles and videos you've seen proclaiming the profound spiritual significance of this number. You feel a surge of excitement, wondering if the universe is trying to send you a message. But as the days go by, and the numbers keep appearing, you find yourself becoming increasingly fixated on their meaning, desperately seeking answers and guidance from external sources. Could it be that your interpretation of these angel numbers is leading you into a trap of unrealistic expectations and endless seeking? Close your eyes and imagine a world where every number holds a secret message, a cosmic code waiting to be deciphered. This is the enchanting realm of numerology, a practice that has captivated spiritual seekers across cultures and throughout history. From the ancient Babylonians who believed in the divine power of numbers to modern-day New Age enthusiasts, the allure of numerology lies in its promise of a hidden order and meaning behind the seemingly random events of our lives. In recent years, the concept of angel numbers, or synchronicity numbers, has taken the spiritual community by storm. Social media is flooded with posts and videos claiming that repeating number sequences like 1111, 333, or 444 are signs of divine intervention, messages from the universe itself. The excitement is palpable as people share their stories. Stories of encountering these numbers at pivotal moments in their lives, interpreting them as confirmation that they are on the right path or that their desires are about to manifest. It's easy to get caught up in the rush of seeing these numbers everywhere, feeling like you've been let in on a secret cosmic conversation. The idea that the universe is conspiring in your favor, sending you personalized messages of guidance and reassurance, is undeniably seductive. But what if the meaning we assign to these numbers is nothing more than a projection of our hopes and fears? What if our obsession with decoding these sequences is actually keeping us trapped in a cycle of seeking and suffering? Carl Jung, the renowned psychologist who coined the term synchronicity, understood the double-edged nature of these meaningful coincidences. While he believed that synchronicities could offer glimpses into the underlying interconnectedness of reality, he also cautioned against becoming overly attached to the specific meanings we assign to them. Jung recognized that our ego tends to hijack these experiences, using them to reinforce our pre-existing beliefs and desires. This is where the spiritual trap of numerology reveals itself. When we become fixated on the idea that certain numbers hold the key to our destiny, we risk closing ourselves off to the broader wisdom and guidance that the universe may be offering us. We start to see repeating numbers everywhere, interpreting them as signs that we are on the right track or that our wishes are about to come true. But what happens when reality doesn't align with our expectations? When the promises we believe these numbers hold fail to materialize, we are left feeling disappointed, confused, and even betrayed by the very universe we thought was supporting us. The truth is, our suffering arises not from the numbers themselves, but from our attachment to the meaning we have ascribed to them. We have placed our faith in external signs and symbols rather than trusting in the innate wisdom and guidance that resides within us. By chasing after the elusive meaning of these numbers, we become trapped in a never-ending cycle of seeking, always looking for the next sign or confirmation from the outside world. But what if we could break free from this trap? What if we could learn to approach these synchronicities with a new perspective, one that allows us to find true liberation and inner peace? To answer these questions, we'll need you to like and subscribe. It helps us know you're taking this seriously. Let's break free from the trap. Imagine a world where you no longer feel the need to constantly seek answers and validation from external sources. A world where you trust in your inner wisdom and intuition, knowing that you have everything you need within you to navigate life's challenges and opportunities. This is the world that awaits you when you break free from the spiritual trap of numerology and synchronicity. The first step in this journey is to recognize that the meaning we assign to repeating numbers is just that, an assignment. It's a projection of our own beliefs, desires, and expectations onto the neutral canvas of reality. When we encounter a synchronicity, our minds naturally try to make sense of it by fitting it into our existing framework of understanding. But what if we could approach these experiences with a beginner's mind, free from the weight of our preconceptions? Instead of immediately jumping to conclusions about the meaning of a repeating number sequence, we can simply pause and observe. We can ask ourselves, what is this experience trying to show me? What can I learn from this moment? By shifting our focus from seeking external validation to cultivating inner awareness, we open ourselves up to a deeper understanding of our psyche and the world around us. One powerful way to cultivate this inner awareness is through the practice of mindfulness. By bringing our attention to the present moment without judgment or attachment, we can begin to notice the patterns and habits of our minds. We may discover that our obsession with numerology is a manifestation of a deeper longing for meaning and purpose, or a fear of uncertainty and change. As we become more attuned to our inner landscape, we can start to approach synchronicities as opportunities for self-reflection and growth. Instead of seeing them as signs that we are on the right path or that our desires are about to manifest, we can view them as invitations to explore the deeper themes and lessons that are playing out in our lives. For example, let's say you keep seeing the numbers 222 everywhere you go. Instead of frantically searching for the meaning of this number online, take a moment to reflect on what was happening in your life when you first started noticing this sequence. Perhaps you were going through a significant transition or facing a difficult decision. By exploring the emotions and experiences surrounding the appearance of this number, you may gain valuable insights into your inner world and the challenges you are currently facing. Another key to breaking free from the trap of numerology is to cultivate a sense of trust and surrender in the face of uncertainty. When we cling too tightly to our desire for answers, we can easily become frustrated and discouraged when things don't unfold as we expect. But when we learn to embrace the mystery and ambiguity of our spiritual path, we discover a deeper sense of peace and acceptance. This doesn't mean that we become passive or complacent in our spiritual growth. On the contrary, by letting go of our attachment to specific outcomes and meanings, we free up our energy and attention to focus on the present moment and the opportunities for growth and transformation that lie before us. We learn to trust that even amid confusion and doubt, we are exactly where we need to be. One powerful way to cultivate this sense of trust and surrender is through the practice of meditation. By sitting in silence and allowing our thoughts and emotions to arise and pass without judgment, we begin to develop a deeper connection to our inner wisdom and intuition. We learn to listen to the quiet voice within us that knows the way forward, even when the path is unclear. As we continue on this journey of breaking free from the spiritual trap of numerology, we may find that our relationship to synchronicity begins to shift. Instead of seeing repeating numbers as signs that we need to decipher and act upon, we start to view them as gentle reminders of the interconnectedness of all things. Comment below if you're going to learn how to interpret these mystical signs better. As we break free from the trap of attaching too much meaning to external signs and symbols, we begin to discover a deeper sense of liberation and inner peace. We no longer feel the need to constantly seek answers and validation from outside ourselves because we have learned to trust in the wisdom and guidance that resides within us. This isn't to say that synchronicities and repeating numbers lose their significance altogether. On the contrary, by approaching them with a more open and curious mindset, we may find that they take on a new and more profound meaning in our lives. Instead of seeing them as messages that we need to decipher and act upon, we start to view them as reflections of our own inner state and the universal themes that are playing out in our lives. For example, if you keep seeing the number 1111, instead of obsessing over its specific meaning, you might take it as a reminder to pause and check in with yourself. Are you feeling aligned with your true purpose and values? Are you listening to your inner voice and trusting your intuition? By using the appearance of this number as a prompt for self-reflection, you can deepen your connection to your own inner wisdom and guidance. Ultimately, the path to true liberation lies in recognizing that we are not separate from the world around us, but are an integral part of the vast and mysterious universe. We are not lacking or incomplete, waiting for external signs and symbols to guide us toward fulfillment. Instead, we are already whole and complete, imbued with the same creative power and intelligence that animates all of existence. When we shift our focus from seeking meaning and validation outside ourselves to discovering the inherent wisdom and wholeness within, we begin to experience a profound sense of freedom and joy. We no longer feel the need to chase after elusive signs and symbols because we know that everything we need is already within us. This isn't to say that the journey of self-discovery and spiritual growth is always easy. There will be times when we feel lost, confused, or disconnected from our inner truth. But by cultivating a deep trust in ourselves and the universe, we can weather these challenges with grace and resilience. One powerful way to cultivate this sense of trust and inner connection is through the practice of gratitude. By taking time each day to reflect on the blessings and miracles that surround us, we begin to shift our focus from what we lack to what we already have. We start to see the world through a lens of abundance and possibility, rather than scarcity and limitation. As we continue on this path of liberation, we may find that our relationship to synchronicity and numerology takes on a new and more expansive meaning. Instead of seeing repeating numbers as signs that we need to decipher and act upon, we start to view them as reminders of the inherent magic and mystery of the universe. We recognize that every moment is imbued with new purpose and that we are constantly surrounded by opportunities for growth, healing, and transformation.